focuses on offense, and you guys are the best offense.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Travis Matthew apparel designed for confidence and comfort. No matter where the day takes you, Travis Matthew has you covered. Visit TravisMatthew.com and receive 20% off your first order when you sign up for email. Tim, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, DV. Thank you, Max. Great insight there. Dodgers baseball brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game night, it's group night at Shakey's.com. We're leading you up to first pitch on this Wednesday. Dodgers and the Padres. First pitch coming up at 7:10. We'll dive deeper into this pitching matchup when we come back. Don't go anywhere. I'm Tim Cates, the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
AM 570.
LA's best sports talk.
The real home of the Dodgers.
LA Care Health Plan is the #1 choice for Medi-Cal in LA, offering free health care coverage for those who meet income requirements. With LA Care, you get doctor visits, prescription coverage, rides to the doctor and pharmacy, and nationwide emergency care, all at no cost. Discover why more people choose LA Care for Medi-Cal than any other health plan. Visit lacare.org/medi-cal today. That's lacare.org/medi-cal.
Hey, this is Adrian Gonzalez. Daniels Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Daniels is giving every fan a voucher for a free team bracelet and $50 off any $99 purchase. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball to get your voucher. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniels Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniels Jewelers.
Get ready for the best summer day in LA with Universal Mega Movie Summer at Universal Studios Hollywood. Because there's something in the water. Something from the past. There's something behind you. Don't miss the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer starting June 13th through August 10th. Visit UniversalStudiosHollywood.com for details.
Hey, it's Audrey here. There is nothing better than celebrating a loved one. Whether it's for the grad in your life or celebrating dad on Father's Day, Superior Grocers has it all. From a wide variety of flowers to balloons to everything you need for those parties. Get ready-made foods like chicken wings or potato wedges. How about some fresh carne asada for grilling? Order your graduation cake from Superior's Fresh Bakery. You always hit a home run at Superior Grocers. Download the Superior Grocer app for weekly ads and the latest in savings. Superior Grocers. Quality, variety, and value.
This is Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. On your home for LA Dodgers baseball.
Dodgers, Padres, Game 3 of this 4-game set. First pitch coming up at 7:10.
And now, before the Dodgers hit the diamond, we look at the pitching matchup.
Presented by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Work hard and play hard in a new Tacoma with an iForce turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. 28-year-old right-hander Stephen Kolek on the mound for the Padres. 3-2, 3.50 ERA, making his 9th start. Tonight, his 2nd start against the Dodgers, his 5th overall appearance against them in the last 2 years. Emmett Sheehan is back. 25-year-old right-hander, 6th-round pick in 2021 out of Boston College. college, reinstated from the 60-day IL today. He had Tommy John surgery in May of last year, making his first start since September of 2023. He made a couple of minor league rehab starts in rookie ball up to AAA, 11 in the third innings, striking out almost half the batters he faced. Tonight, his first time facing the Padres. Welcome back, Emmett Sheehan, Dodgers Padres. We're 15 minutes away from first pitch. Keys to the game are next. I'm Tim Cases, the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
LA's best sports star. That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
More than ever, you need a friend in the auto business, and Galpin Ford has been that friend for 8 decades and counting, helping families throughout Southern California find the perfect car, truck, or SUV. And it starts with the Bachman family, who have built a culture centered around you, the customer. That approach made Galpin Ford the largest volume Ford dealer in the world. The same approach applies to every Galpin brand, all 12 of them. You design your buying experience. Do it all online with at-home delivery, shop online and pick up your new car in person, or come to Galpin Ford off the 405 at Roscoe and experience the world-class treatment that thousands receive every month. It starts at Galpin.com.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Against Cleveland. Here at Dodger Stadium, Rick Monday, it's the return of Emmett Sheehan. We saw him a couple years ago in 2023, missed all of last season. He was on the injured list with a shoulder issue, and then the elbow ultimately led to Tommy John. He has worked his way back, and now he's got a chance to return to the Major League mound. This is a special night for the young man.
Yeah, and he's got to be able to fight, control emotion. I don't know how much he's going to fight it, but maybe some semblance of controlling it. It's been September 27th. 2023, the last time on the mound in a Major League ballpark, and then that Tommy John surgery. So Dave Roberts is saying, look, hopefully he'll be somewhere between 60 and 70 pitches in today's game. But if we look back to what he was able to do in 23 coming back up, 11 starts and a couple of relief appearances. He really developed into a guy that not only running the fastball by some people, but also that breaking stuff on top of it. He did give up some home runs. We'll find out what happens on that end of it. But really happy for Sheehan, because any pitcher that goes through it, you're wondering, first of all, about your livelihood and your dreams. And he fought through that, had wonderful surgery, rehabs, and now, well, the curtain goes up for Sheehan.
I spent some time with him at Camelback in spring training when obviously he was still very much in the middle of the rehab process. He's put on a lot of size. I mean, he was just inhaling protein when we were chatting, and he was in such a good spot. And I think we want to take this moment to remind people, back in 2023 when Emmett Sheehan came up, talking to some people in the front office, they said that Emmett Sheehan's fastball was, you could argue, was the best pitch in the entire organization. I mean, you think about all the talent that they had even 2 years ago. They've certainly added to it since then. But just that one pitch. And so now, obviously, you're coming off surgery, so things are going to change somewhat. But that just speaks to the ability that he has, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I think the fastball, if we go back in the memory bank, surprised a lot of hitters. It got on them in a hurry, and it was something that's not easy to hit. On the flip side, Dodgers are going to figure out Kolek, who originally signed with the Dodgers out of Texas A&M. And here's a young man, if you look at him. First inning, he's had problems. A .303 average, ERA almost 8 in the first inning. The first pitch in at bat is .385. But once he gets settled into a ball game, he's been very, very difficult. In fact, he's not allowed an earned run in 4 of his 8 starts this year.
It'll be Stephen Kolek, former Dodger draft pick, against Emmett Sheehan, another Dodger draft pick. Sheehan, the 16th different starting pitcher to toe the rubber this season for the Dodgers, the most in Major League Baseball, and he has the ball trying to lead them to a series win. Tim, we'll get it back to you.
All right, first pitch when we come back. Enjoy it, everybody. It's been Morongo Casino, Dodgers on deck, right here on your world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
World champions once again, my friend.
World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
This is just the beginning of this team's title window.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Yeah. This has been Morongo Casino, Dodgers on deck on the world champion Dodgers Audio Network.
You either with me or against me, though.
Living out their dream.
They've added even more.
Now we go for 2 in a row.
Win, 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 win. Yeah. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win.
In the backyard and dreaming about this moment.
Start chasing that chip. Stop. Win, 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 win.
This has been Morongo Casino, Dodgers on deck, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Superior Grocers.
Quality, variety, and value.
Shakey's Pizza.
Get more meal for deal at Shakey's.com.
And by Estrella Jalisco.
Back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the ninth.
First pitch is just moments away on your home of the world champion LA Dodgers. The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
National League West Division champion.
10,000 hours.
There are still more steps to take.
Get to stepping. So go ahead and give us the flowers.
Just getting started.
Gotta know by now it's way more than luck.
This team has continued to pour resources into the roster.
All eyes on us.
Welcome to world champion LA Dodgers baseball.
Always remember what it felt like to be part of the best damn baseball team in the world.
In the world.
Zoom in, zoom out, zoom up.
They wear the crown.
All eyes on us.
Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Budweiser.
This Bud's for you.
Galpin Motors.
Family owned and operated since 1946.
LA County Public Works.
Recycling beverage containers is a triple play.
Children's Hospital LA.
From colds to cancer, we got this.
Coffee Hot Dogs.
A SoCal treasure. Local. Original. Great.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went and figure out what we're gonna call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's when Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people. And this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Rodney and Petros and Money.
Together.
Just go to AM 570 LA Sports on the iHeartRadio app. Listen to live shows, podcasts, and catch up on anything you missed.
Best friends forever.
Swing into action this baseball season with Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy sports partner of the LA Dodgers. The app is simple. Pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Download the Prize Picks app.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans, and while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table, and once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Boomer is the dog. Doesn't he look good? I just follow this picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Polestar and Lewis. Be a part of the Galpin story. It starts at Galpin.com.
Let's go to the Galpin Motors broadcast booth.
And now your voices of the LA Dodgers.
Rick Monday and Steven Nelson.
Live from Dodger Stadium is Game 3 of the 4-game series as your world champion, Los Angeles Dodgers, entertain the San Diego Padres. Hi, everybody. Rick Monday alongside Steven Nelson and with producer engineer Dwayne McDonald as we get set to go. The Dodgers in the background taking the field. Tippers had been flaring, in particular last night's ball game. So dial up another exciting night tonight between the Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers leading the Western Division now by 3.5 in front of San Francisco. 5 games now in front of San Diego. Arizona's 8 out. The Rockies waiting till next year, 28.5. And tonight's going to be the return of right-hander Emmett Sheehan, who last pitched in the majors on the 27th of September, 2023. Suffered an injury, had Tommy John surgery. He has worked his way back. How long he will go tonight, probably predicated on pitch count. Here's Dave Roberts' starting lineup. Shohei Ohtani again leading things off. He's the designated hitter. Mookie Betts is at short. At first base is Freddie Freeman. Teoscar Hernandez in right field. Max Muncy is at third. Andy Pages, couple of home runs last night, is in left field. At second base, Tommy Edman. Hyesung Kim will be at the center field position and batting ninth, and doing the catching is Dalton Rushing. This was a scheduled night that Dave Roberts was going to give Will Smith an off night. And so for Smith, had a home run, a single, and a double last night, will get a respite, at least at the beginning of tonight's ball game. The umpiring assignments, Jacob Metz will work the plate. He'll call the balls and strikes. The crew chief, Marvin Hudson, is at first. Tripp Gibson umpiring at second. And Ryan Blakeney is over at third. We'll join you tomorrow for the final game of this series before the Nationals move in over the weekend. 6 o'clock tomorrow, Morongo Casino, Dodgers on Deck show. First pitch at 7:10. Gorgeous night in Southern California. Happy to have you with us. Dodgers and Padres. And with the play, here's Steven.
Thank you, Mo. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening. Game 3 of 4 for two division rivals. No love lost between them. The Dodgers and Padres. And tonight, the Dodgers can lock up another series victory against San Diego. As by the time this series is done, they will have played 7 games in an 11-day stretch. The first pitch from Emmett Sheehan of 2025 is upstairs, ball 1, and we're underway. 7:10 start, 78 degrees. Today's time and temp brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Sheehan into his windup. And Tatis pops it high in the air, shallow left field. Andy Pages camped out underneath it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. You can imagine that there are some butterflies fluttering inside the body of one Emmett Sheehan. First start in the major league, September of 2023. First appearance since Game 1 of the National League Division Series that year when the Dodgers were knocked out by Arizona. 1 out, bases empty. First baseman Luis Arraez spins out of the way of ball 1. For Emmett Sheehan, he's back nearly 2 years to the day of his major league debut, June 16th, 2023. 1-0 pitch. Arraez swings and taps it off the plate, foul. The count levels out 1-1.
In 23 for Sheehan. He made 11 starts plus a couple of relief appearances and was 4-1. Did give up 11 home runs, but we saw a fastball that, while it does not dial up 100 miles an hour, it seemed to really jump on top of hitters in a hurry.
Sheehan with the high blue socks on the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and deals, and he misses up and away. 2 balls and a strike. That fastball has been highly regarded throughout the Dodger organization since they drafted Sheehan in the 6th round of the 2021 MLB first-year player draft. The 2-1 pitch. Arraez swings and pops it in the air, foul, drifting over the Dodger dugout. It will drop into the last row of the dugout club.
Sheehan, a big guy. He stands 6'5" to begin with. 25-year-old right-hander. Yeah, he was that number 6 draft pick out of Boston College.
New York born was Sheehan, but played his college ball at BC, the Golden Eagles. 2 balls, 2 strikes. His pitch to Arraez is slashed the other way. A little flare over the head of Max Muncy. Inside the line, it drops in for a base hit. So Arraez with an opposite field knock. The first one against Sheehan tonight.
For Arraez, that's the 3rd hit in 2 games to left field. He just kind of guides it, kind of flicks the bat.
Arraez now 5 for 10 in this series against the Dodgers. 1 on, 1 out in the top of the first, no score. Manny Machado greeted with the most affectionate of boos in Los Angeles. Sheehan pulls the first pitch away, but it's called a strike. Off the plate toward the left-hander's batter's box. No complaints for Emmett Sheehan after that call from Jacob Metz. Machado 2 for 6 in this series. He takes Sheehan's next offering. It dives downstairs, 1-1.
That was the changeup.
Sheehan out of the stance, closes his stance, left leg in front of his right one on the backside of the mound. Swung on and popped in the air, right field. Long run for Teoscar Hernandez. Going back from second is Edman, and Tommy Edman will make the play for out number 2. That was about 15 feet inside the right field line. not terribly far off the dirt of the infield. And Teoscar, given his positioning, had more ground to cover than Edmonds. So Tommy makes the catch. And they're 2 down.
Yeah, for Sheehan, this is a great way. He's still looking for the 3rd out in the very first innings. Is coming back of a long, long road, rehabbing off of the Tommy John surgery. But a good start to this point.
2 outs. Arraez still on first. Now Gavin Sheets in the cleanup spot, left-handed hitter. And Sheehan loses a breaking ball. It slips down of his fingers way up and way outside. Sheets is on a good little run for San Diego. Hits in each of the last 8 games, batting .393 in that stretch. The 1-0 pitch from Sheehan. That one misses away again. Ball 2. Sheehan looks over his front left shoulder at Arraez. Pretty casual lead next to Freddie Freeman. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Arraez stays, and Sheets takes another pitch. This one lands on the outer third, strike 1 call. It's been a long wait for Sheehan to get back to the big leagues. That wait is finally over. 14th pitch of the top of the first. The 2-1 is pulled sky high into the air, foul on the first base side. It will drop down to the seats and square the count 2-2.
Well, the rehab off of Tommy John surgery is pretty much textbook. But the biggest part is that after Dr. Neil Eladrage, the best in the business, does his work, and then the good doctor tells the players, look, trust us. We know what we're doing, and there's no shortcuts to rehabbing.
The 2-2 pitch is spiked well in front of the plate. Good block, the chest protector by Dalton Rushing. Counts full 3-2. Sheehan about 13 months removed from that Tommy John surgery. The 2024 year, he started the year on the injured list. And at first it was soreness in the shoulder, and then there was inflammation in the elbow. Ultimately, the remedy, Tommy John surgery. No score, top of the first. Runner on, 2 out. Arraez takes off, and Sheets sends one the other way toward left field. Backs up Pages onto the warning track, and he makes the catch. So a scoreless first inning in Emmett Sheehan's return to the major leagues. He strands a 1-out single and keeps it.
Oppo Taco.
I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a
home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one. A hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack. You know, someone that's just mailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Boomer is the dog. Then he looked good. And just followed his pitch all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Against the Padres right-hander Stephen Kolek, 28 years old, was a draft pick of the Dodgers on an 11th rounder in 2018. He was traded to Seattle in April 2021. Spent a few years in the Mariners organization before the Padres took him as a Rule 5 draft pick. So now he's facing the club that drafted him, and he will face Shohei Ohtani to lead off. His first at-bat is brought to you by Asahi Super Dry Beer, embodying the refreshing taste of modern Japan. Go beyond the expected.
If the Dodgers can jump on him in a hurry. Kolek's had trouble in the first inning, over 300 average and an ERA of almost 8.
First pitch is a strike down the middle. Ohtani trying to bounce back after an 0 for 4 night at the plate with 4 strikeouts. The 0-1 pitch is high. Kolek, he's got a few different fastballs, but really a sinker. Not too dissimilar from last night's starter, Randy Vasquez. The 1-1 to Ohtani. Misses the inside corner at 93. 2 balls and a strike. Advantage Shohei.
The sinker, the cutter, a changeup. It's only been hit for a 100 average.
The pitch. Ohtani swings and skies it. Left center field. On the warning track is Johnson, and he makes the catch. That ball traveled a long way off the bat. And Mo, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that was going to be more routine than a warning track fly out.
Well, there's nothing routine about the swing by Shohei Ohtani or the strength. It's amazing how much carry he gets.
So that's out number 1 for Kolek. Mookie Betts steps in. He walked last night to extend his on-base streak to 11 games. I beg your pardon, 12 for Mookie. Strike 1 from Kolek. No score, bottom of the first. Third game of this 4-game set just underway. Kolek's 0-1 pitch is a fastball right at the top of the zone. That's strike 2. Betts behind the 0-2 pitch. It hits the outside corner. Called strike 3, a delayed strike 3 call. Okay, that's something we're going to have to get used to. So, folks, if you're listening to this, you have to wait an extra couple of beats for Jacob Metz to signal. That was a good pitch and a good call. First strikeout for Kolek, 2 gone in the first. Here's Freddie Freeman. First pitch swinging, he fouls it back in the net behind home plate, strike 1.
I know going to some of the umpiring schools at Jackie Robinson Training Center, also known as Historic Dodgertown, when they have their umpiring group come on, one of the things that they say at the top of the list, do not be in a hurry to make a call.
Freddie fouls another one away, strike 2. At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, groundbreaking research meets world-class expertise in treatment. U.S. News and World Report is once again named CHLA the #1 hospital in California. Learn more today at chla.org. 2 outs, bases empty for the Dodgers on this 0-2 pitch from Kolek. Freeman laces it foul on the third base side.
Freddie has not been happy with his swings. Got a base hit last night and got a close-up. What a terrible swing.
The worst swing ever.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
But he cashed in a base hit on it.
Yeah, another 0-2. And that's a breaking ball that hooks low.
Yeah. So a guy's not swinging the bat and he comes on hitting at 333. A lot of hitters who say, I'd like to have that bad luck going.
The 1-2 pitch. And Freddie grounds it left side. Backhand dive by Machado. He throws from his knees, and Arraez stretches at the other end. Manny Machado, a terrific defender. That is no secret. He robs Freddie of a base hit, and that ends the first inning. No score at Dodger Stadium. Second inning for the Dodgers and Padres is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Oh, Emmett Sheehan back to the mound. He pitched a scoreless first, worked around a one-out textbook Luis Arraez base hit to put up a 0. So he'll face 5, 6, and 7 for San Diego, starting with the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. First pitch from Sheehan. A fastball in the inner third. Strike one taken and called. Sheehan has the call from Rushing. His 0-1 pitch is a little too far inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cronenworth last night 1 for 3 with a walk, so he's 1 for 7 in the series. Here's the pitch. Cronenworth swings and misses. Strike 2. Advantage Sheehan. And you see, it looked like Cronenworth was gearing up for the trademark fastball from the Dodgers right-hander. Instead, he got the change. Sheehan steps back, kicks and deals, and misses high. Fastball at 97 from Sheehan. And that's really where you're going to see him with the heater, Mo. 93 to 98. The mid-90s fastball, but because of his elite extension and the ride on the pitch, plays up. This ball is ripped to right field, and it's going to get by Teoscar Hernandez. It hops off the cage in front of the Padre bullpen. It'll be a stand-up double for Cronenworth leading off the second inning.
That was the changeup following the 97 fastball that missed. And the changeup not in real good spot. It was diving down a little bit, but it was out over the plate.
They saw the swing that Cronenworth had on the changeup a couple pitches prior. Thought they'd go back to it. This time the second baseman made the adjustment. So runner on second, nobody out. Xander Bogaerts is the batter. First pitch from Sheehan. Fastball runs inside on the righty Bogaerts. Ball 1. He was 0 for 4 last night, grounded out 4 times. He's 1 for 9 in the series. The one hit is a double. Sheehan looks back at Cronenworth on second, focuses home on Bogaerts. Gets a check swing foul ball into the net, even the count 1-1. But it's not the 1 for 9 marker that has drawn the ire of the Friar faithful with Bogaerts. It's been the consistent inability to produce with runners in scoring position. That's the situation he finds himself in right now. Runner on second, nobody out in the second inning. Scoreless game. Swinging a foul ball back into the net. 1-2.
Okay, see what the Dodgers did. That was a slider, and he was late to the dance on the swing. And yet the infield continues to. They haven't moved. They're still playing to pull. The outfield, for the most part, straight away.
Sheehan already the first Dodgers starter in the series to put up a 0 in the first. He's going to have to work hard to do it again in the second after the leadoff double. The 1-2 pitch to Bogaerts. On the ground to third. Muncy picks it up off the dirt on a hop. He looks Cronenworth back to second. Throws on to Freeman. There's out number 1. And Bogaerts once again comes up empty with the runner in scoring position.
Yeah, they could not get the ball even to the right side of the infield to advance the runner over to third base, which would alter the defensive position.
He is 2 for his last 27 with wrist, Bogaerts. Cronenworth still on second base. Now the 7th spot of the order, Trenton Brooks, a rookie who hit his first major league home run last night. Sheehan starts him off with strike 1 at the top of the zone, splits the plate with a curve. Brooks 1 for 3 in this series. The home run and 2 strikeouts. That came in the series opener on Monday. This one's popped back toward us. It's going to land above our booth. Quickly 0-2 for Sheehan. Brooks on the roster because Jackson Merrill, the star center fielder, is on the concussion IL. He's tagged in the head, sliding into second base in Arizona. So he has been out for this series. Sheehan's 0-2. Brooks pokes the bat out there just to stay alive. Fouls one into the net.
Brooks, before the call-up, he was having a fine season in AAA. 311, 14 home runs, 54 runs batted in.
No balls, 2 strikes. Emmett Sheehan has thrown 28 pitches so far. Pre-game, the expectation was between 60 and 70 for Sheehan. The hope between 4 and 5 innings, because the Dodger bullpen would like Sheehan to give them some length. 0-2, another foul ball. Brooks did good work to stay alive.
By the way, it's a very deep lake. They would love for it. I mean,
desperately.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Sheehan becomes the 16th different starting pitcher the Dodgers have used this year. Milwaukee second most with 13.
Looks back at Cronenworth, the runner on second with 1 out. Another 0-2 pitch to Brooks. And that's belted down the right field line. It's hooking toward the corner, and it's foul. There have been 15 swings on the first 30 Sheehan pitches. There has been just 1 whiff. In 4 rehab starts in the minor leagues before coming up to the big club, Sheehan struck out 21 of 47 batters faced. Another 0-2 to Brooks. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Ryan Blakeney, the third base umpire, rings up Brooks and gives Sheehan out number 2 on his first K.
And that was on the slider that had some bite to it.
Yes.
2 outs. Cronenworth still camped on second base. No score in the top of the second. The catcher, Elias Diaz, batting from the right side. Sheehan out of the stretch. First pitch swung on and fouled away. Strike 1. Only 2 Padres players have seen Emmett Sheehan in a game, and they are both catchers. Elias Diaz, and Sheehan was last on the mound in 2023. Diaz was still with the Rockies. It was his all-star year. And Martin Maldonado. Here comes the 0-1. Wave and a miss. Strike 2. Good slider. And hooked away toward the left-handed batter's box. And there's one of those whiffs we've been waiting to see. Needs 1 more strike. On this 0-2, Diaz swings and it's a liner over the head of Sheehan, and it ricochets off Edman into right field. Cronenworth is going to come around to score, and that is how the Padres strike first. It was a well-struck baseball by Diaz over Sheehan's head, buzzed the tower, and then it ate Edman up.
Well, that was a hanging breaking ball. Well, that took a vicious one-hop right in front of Edman.
It's an RBI base hit and an RBI for Elias Diaz. 1-0 San Diego. Now the last of the order, Bryce Johnson, speedy center fielder, swings at the first pitch and pulls it off the facing of the Padre dugout for a strike. So that last play, fortunate and unfortunate for Emmett Sheehan and the Dodgers. The 0-1 pitch to Johnson. He tries to bunt it. It's in the air behind home plate. Rushing is not going to be able to make the play. It bounced all the way on the warning track to the left of the LA logo. Fortunate that he wasn't hit by that line drive by Diaz. Unfortunate that the hop was so short with some spin that Edman couldn't handle it to end the inning and keep the game scoreless. It's 1-0 Padres after the catcher scored Cronenworth. 0-2 on Johnson. The pitch is high. Missed upstairs to the fastball at 96. 1-2. .21 pitches thrown for Sheehan in this second. Will pitch 22, get it done. Yes, it will. Swing and a miss. Chase the ball down below the zone. It's the second strikeout of the inning for Sheehan, but the leadoff double does bite him. Cronenworth scores. Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. Dodgers find themselves in a 1-0 hole against the Padres for a third straight night. San Diego took the lead in the top of the second, so now the home half. Teoscar Hernandez, Max Muncy, and Andy Pages. Right-hander Stephen Kolek, former Dodger draft pick, retired the first 3 in order, including a strikeout of Mookie Betts. His first pitch to Teoscar, he dots a fastball in the outside corner, strike 1 call. The pitch. Hernandez pokes it in the air, foul on the right field side, quickly 0-2. Hernandez 2 for 8 in the series. 1 for 4 with a run scored last night. Batting average at .263 on the year. His on-base percentage below 300 at .298, but because of the slugging at 500, his OPS at .798. Chops one to short. Bogarts can make a routine play and get the first out.
Dodgers have to work their magic again tonight. Last night was their 25th come-from-behind win. They have to make it number 26. By the way, that's the most come-from-behind victories of any team this year.
And they have won 4 of 5 games against the Padres this year. 6 of 8 in this stretch of 10 games against San Diego and San Francisco. Ball one way high to Max Muncy. Bases empty, 1 out in the second. Padres up 1-0. Kolek starts his windup. Muncy checks his swing on a pitch that dives low. He held up strong. It's 2-0. Muncy 2 for 6 with a walk and 3 RBI in the first couple of games. On this 2-0, Muncy waves at strike 1.
Infield's a little bit to pull. Left side of the infield very much to pull. Machado, the third baseman, almost playing in a natural shortstop.
Pitch. Muncy slashed it to left field. This will hang up though for Sheets. And out number 2. Opposite field line drive for Muncy, but Sheets was well positioned.
Just lock in that swing. That's a good swing. You can hit it, but it's difficult to aim it.
Now Andy Pages, who had himself a night on Tuesday. 4 for 4 with 2 home runs. He drove in 3 and he scored 3 times. The first pitch from Kolek runs in off the hands. Ball 1 with the sinker. It was the 3rd career 4-hit game for Pages, 2nd this season. Also did it against Pittsburgh. The 1-0 pitch. Pages laces it to left field again. That's down. On the run to Sheets. It gets by him all the way to the wall in front of the Dodger bullpen. Andy Pages stays hot with a stand-up double.
Boy, he is hot too. And you can just see the confidence, even when he gets behind in the count right now. But he stayed back on that slider. Kolek would like to have it in a different spot than right down the middle, but Pages says thank you very much.
He's now 6 for 9 in this series with 4 extra base hits. Tying run in scoring position with 2 outs in the second. Tommy Edman to the plate. His first at-bat is presented by Edmunds. Get an offer for your car or find your next one, all on Edmunds.com. Now, Tommy has a chance to make up for the play in the top of this inning that allowed San Diego to score the first run. Kolek out of the stretch, third base side of the mound, swinging a line drive, soft up the middle, but Bogart's position there, plays it on a hop and throws a strike over to Arraez, and that retires the side. So Tommy Edman cannot bring Pages home. The 2-out double is stranded after 2 full. Remains San Diego 1.
I believe this one's my It's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Top of the third, 1-0 San Diego. It'll be the top of the order once again against Emmett Sheehan, Fernando Tatis Jr., Luis Arraez, and Manny Machado. Tatis 0 for 1. He flew out his first trip to the plate. The pitch from Sheehan. Ground ball up the middle over the mound at a waiting Edman straight up with the bag at second. Scoops it off the dirt. Shuffles on to Freddie Freeman. 1 out.
Fortunately, it bounced over the bag. It looked like it was going to go just dead center and hit it.
Dodger fans, skip the line at Dodger Stadium. Look around the ballpark for the QR code to scan or order with the Uber Eats app right from your seat. And you can enjoy every pitch, run, and out. Pitch 40 for Sheehan. The first to Arraez. Up and away, ball 1. The fastball slipped out. Arraez is 1 for 1 with a base hit. He was stranded in the first inning. 1-0 pitch from Sheehan. Arraez was watching all the way. Rising fastball at the top of the zone. Strike 1 taken. In his rehab starts in AAA. Sheehan charted with 5 different pitches. His 1-1 pitch to Arraez is low in ball 2. Fastball, slider primarily. We've seen the changeup tonight, and we've seen the curve as well. The 2-1. Arraez swings and pops it straight up behind home plate. And it's going to drop down below us. Strike 2 in a square count.
It's out in his normal spot. He's halfway between the on-deck circle and home plate. Wanting to get closer and get an up-close and personal view of the pitcher he's going to face in just a few moments. And opposing managers can appeal to umpires and say, hey, look, getting back into the on-deck circle.
2-2 pitch. Lifted to center field. Ha-Seong Kim drifting toward left center. He's there to make the catch. Out number 2.
Hey, friends, make your Dodger players all-stars. That's right. You can cast your 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star ballot daily at MLB.com/vote. Real simple. Go on Major League Baseball, MLB.com. You can go on Dodgers.com. And on the Dodger website, look to the right. It'll say vote. You can vote up to 5 times a day. If you download an app, you can vote an additional time.
I got my votes in today. Mo, did you?
Yes, I did.
Ball 1 up and away to Manny Machado.
In fact, I looked at the website again today because it has it alphabetically, the different positions. Again, it has batting averages, home runs, OPS.
All the stats you could need to make a decision.
As if you don't know, vote for the Dodgers players.
The 1-0 to Machado. Swung on and cued foul, and the camera well to the left of the Padre dugout.
But the way they have it laid out in voting for the All-Star game, and again, if you have multiple email addresses, at least 5 times a day for every one of your email addresses. And if you only have one, create some more.
The pitch. Bends Machado back at 96, and he's selling Sheehan. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That wasn't
not that close.
It really wasn't.
It was up and in, but okay.
Again, just a little bit of feel goes a long way. I understand up and in with a fastball. That is, of course, you want to stay away from the upper body. Machado winks at Will Smith, or excuse me, Dalton Rushing after the pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Sheehan into his windup. Swung on and popped in the air foul.
I actually liked the comments last night of Mike Schilt, the manager of the Padres. He was asking, somebody was trying to stir the pot, and he goes, hey, look. Sometimes guys get hit. That's just baseball. And he goes, I love the enthusiasm. I love the electricity of the Dodgers and Padres. I wish we could do it every night.
And both managers saying some form of the game polices itself. The debate of how many of the hit-by pitches we have seen so far this year. There have been 7 hit batsmen in the first 5 games for the Dodgers and Padres. How many of them have been intentional? The fan bases can and will debate that. 2-2 pitch from Sheehan, and Machado lays away from that one. It bounces off the plate. Ball 3 and a full
when
count.
When you start to point fingers, who hit who, is like 2 kids. He did it. Hey, to get 2 kids pointing at the other one at the same time.
My boys 1.5 and 3.5. Gosh,
I didn't do it. He did it.
Triggering me right now, Mo. The payoff pitch from Sheehan. 2 outs and the base is empty. And Machado strikes out swinging. Emmett Sheehan got him to chase a slider. He ends his 3rd inning of work with his 3rd K. It's a 1-2-3 inning, sending Tatis, Arraez, and Machado down in order. Still 1-0 Padres in the middle of the 3rd.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Map, let's play ball, AM, PM, too much good stuff. And we got more baseball here. Hesung Kim, Dalton Rushing, and Shohei Ohtani on the schedule for the Dodgers. Bottom of the 3rd. Padres up 1-0 here in Game 3. Stephen Kolek is ready. His first pitch to the Dodgers center fielder is taken for a strike on the outer 3rd.
Well, I tell you what, is that the Dodgers only have 1 hit so far, and they're trailing 1-0. If they continue, there's a couple of different things that I look at when I'm looking at a hitter and looking at a team.
Ball 1 outside, level count for Kim.
And one of the things I'm looking at right now is if we look at the last 5 batters, 4 of the 5 batters have hit the ball hard. I look at the swing. What about the timing?
On this 1-1, Kim checks up on a pitch that was down and in on him. He held up 2-1.
And then you look and say, well, they only have 1 hit to this particular point. How many balls were hit hard? How many balls were squared up? Well, to this point, only 2 batters have not really hit the ball hard.
Ball 3 up and away. Kim really in a driver's seat. Well, Kolek, he does give up hard contact, but he gets bailed out because he gets a lot of ground balls. 3-1 to Kim. He tries to sell ball 4. It was a pitch away, but it just caught the outside edge, according to Jacob Metz, so the count is 4.
And I don't mean by any stretch of imagination that Kolek is easy, nor is he's going to pound it. You know, he's not allowed an earned run in 4 of his 8 starts this year.
Now, the other 4 starts, he's given up 20
he's
combined
been backing
runs.
up bases.
Here comes the payoff. Hesung Kim swings and chops it foul on the first base side.
The other part, too, is you look at Kolek at home, 2 starts, on the road 6 starts. Well, at home his ERA is above 9.5. However, on the road, it's 1.75 is all.
3-2, another payoff pitch. Kim checks his swing. That ball is at the knees, called strike 3. That was a good pitch from Kolek, and from our vantage point, it seemed like a good call as well. Second strikeout of the game for Kolek. 1 gone in the third for the Dodgers. Now, part of Kolek's road resume was a complete game shutout on the 10th of May. Dalton Rushing steps in, bases empty, 1 out. The Dodgers down 1-0. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back, strike 1, a high fastball at 93. May 10th, complete game shutout in Colorado at Coors Field. 5 hits, couple of walks, struck out 7 Rockies in a 21-0 Padre win. The 0-1 pitch to Rushing. Top of the zone. Called the ball, so the count is even for Rushing.
A gift.
Rushing will take it. He's trying to get on track at the plate. 1-1 pitch. Just misses the inside corner. Not a bad sinker at 95. Had some front door run, but didn't get enough of the plate. Now, Dalton Rushing said, I have never not been able to hit any level of my life. So these struggles at the big league level have been tough for him. On the 2-1 from Kolek, Rushing takes. It's a pitch on the outside corner.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple of contributing factors. One, every level that he has played in, he's been one of the outstanding players, and he's played every game. Well, here, and especially getting the call up, you're going to be used sparingly, and it's difficult to keep timing.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Rushing hits it on the ground to second on a hop. It's handled head high by Cronenworth. He throws onto Arraez. That's out number 2.
Stephen, that's why for guys that are normally playing all the time and then they go into a backup role, or they advance to the next level and not playing all the time, is the realization is that when you're not playing and you're not in that lineup, you have to work even harder than you do normally if you're in the lineup, because you can keep the timing. It becomes repetitious.
Ohtani at the plate, 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 Padres. First pitch. A slider on the outside corner, strike 1.
And as we see the Padres, and especially with Ohtani, outfielders are playing shallow parking lot.
The pitch. Ohtani takes. This one tails outside, 1-1. Shohei flew out to deep left center field, leading off in the first inning. He is 0 for 1. The pitch, and Ohtani with a rocket to center field, pushing Johnson back to the wall, and he makes the catch. So Ohtani is threatened twice. He has missed a pair of home runs by combined, 10 feet. Whatever the case, Kolek sends the Dodgers down in order in the third.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards. Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Dodgers trail the Padres 1-0. Top of the fourth for Emmett Sheehan, who'll face 4, 5, and 6 for San Diego. Gavin Sheets, first batter up there. The left fielder is 0 for 1. Lined out to left in his first plate appearance. First pitch, swung on. It's a swinging bunt that bounces foul next to the third base line after traveling, 12 feet. Strike 1. Well, join us for Ice Cube Bobblehead Night, Saturday against the Washington Nationals. The first 40,000 fans are going to get an exclusive bobblehead of the West Coast Don. For tickets and more information, you can head to Dodgers.com/promotions. Alongside Rick Monday and our producer and engineer Dwayne McDonald, Stephen Nelson, fortunate to be with you again from Dodger Stadium. Sheehan's 0-1 pitch to Sheets. Dives downstairs, 1-1. What have been your impressions so far of Emmett Sheehan, Mo, in
Very
his
good,
first
and
start?
welcome back. I mean, the fact that he's, 52 pitches? We're in the fourth inning. Dave Roberts is saying, look, we want to go 60 to 70. Dodgers bullpen backing him up right now.
Left-hander Justin Robleski is throwing as Sheehan misses up and away with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike for Sheets.
But I think Sheehan's overall, his command for not having pitched in the big league since the 27th of September 23 has been very good.
Well struck ball down the right field line, but way foul.
You know, the other part, too, is you look at him, his presence. He hasn't seemed out of sorts. He has been rushing things. There may be a volcano twisting inside, but he has not shown it.
And that was the directive from Dave Roberts, the front office, and the coaching staff for Emmett Sheehan today. Just try to harness those emotions. That's really all they care about. 2-2 to Sheets. Got him swinging, climbing the ladder with a fastball at 96, and there is that calling card for Emmett Sheehan. A fastball with ride to it. Quote-unquote only 96 in this current era of Major League Baseball. But his 96, it seems harder.
Yeah, and it's still above average. You know, the average now is at 93 when you encompass everyone in the velocities.
First pitch to Cronenworth is a curveball down and in, ball 1. Sheehan has struck out 4 of the last 6 Padres that he has faced. But he and the Dodgers are down 1-0. 1 out, bases empty in the 4th. Pitch upstairs. Fastball missed, ball 2.
Well, coming back, what Sheehan has done to this point. Oh, he gave up a run. Okay, fine. But that was on a hanging breaking ball for the base hit. But he's given his ball club a chance to win.
2-0 pitch to Cronenworth is found in the netting above his own dugout on the first base side. 2-1. We mentioned for Sheehan there's an anniversary that he just celebrated a couple days ago. June 16, 2023, he made his major league debut against the Giants, but it wasn't just any old ordinary first big league start. 2-1 to Cronenworth, swing and a miss, 2-2, fastball at 96 at the top of the zone. In that game against San Francisco back in 2023, messed around and threw 6 no-hit frames, 89 pitches. Just the 3rd player in MLB history to not allow a hit over at least 6 innings in his major league debut. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 60th pitch of the night coming to Cronenworth, and he gets another swing and a miss, strike 3. Just a vicious slider, and Cronenworth got nothing but air. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the 4th.
Yeah, Cronenworth made no attempt at all to advance down to first base. And Dalton Rushing did a good job. He did not throw the ball around until the home plate umpire, Jacob Metz, did rule that Cronenworth had abandoned the opportunity to advance down to first base.
2 outs, nobody on, 1-0 San Diego. Xander Bogaerts the batter. First pitch is a strike. Right down Broadway. Bogaerts 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 2nd. 0-1 pitch from Sheehan. Couldn't check his swing on a high fastball. 0-2.
Yeah, upstairs at 97.
Sheehan needs 1 more strike. His 0-2 pitch is spiked about 5 feet in front of the plate, ball 1. Sheehan taps his chest right at the Dodger logo, saying to Dalton Rushing, "That's my bad."
Yeah, that's the changeup. That's been kind of, don't mean to be a play on words, but kind of hit and miss as far as getting it over for strikes.
That wild pitch doesn't hurt him, though, because there's nobody on. 2 outs in the 4th. The 1-2 from Sheehan is high. That evens the count for Bogaerts, 2-2. I said 60 to 70 pitches. He's about to throw number 65. A 2-2 to Bogaerts. sits him down and strikes out the side. Emmett Sheehan ends his 2025 debut on a roll. Struck out the last 4 Padres he faced. Good to see him back on the bump. In the middle of the 4th, the Dodgers still trail 1-0.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Start since September of 2023. Home half of the 4th inning begins with Mookie Betts. The Dodgers down 1-0. Stephen Kolik's first pitch. Hooks in there for a strike. Mookie's 0 for 1. He struck out looking in the first. Next pitch from Kolik. Bends him back at 92 up and in. No reaction from Betts. The pitch, and Mookie waves through strike 2. Betts has been getting on base. He's got hits in 10 of 14 games since he injured his toe. On this 1-2 from Kolik, he checks his swing, a breaking ball in the dirt outside.
That was crazy. After he fractured his toe, came back, and he was red hot. And said, well, maybe what you guys need to do is fracture the toe.
He feels good physically, but for Betts, the key is always feeling good mentally. The 2-2 from Kolik. Bends it back again, 93 up and in, full count.
Isn't that the way with all of us?
It's true, but I thought he had, I think it was a couple weeks ago, he had an interview with David Bassett. Yep. And, Mookie Betts is so hard on himself. 3-2 pitch from Kolik, and Mookie slashes it to right field, and it's playable, though, for Tatis Jr. That's out number 1. He works so hard because he strives for excellence. He's a guy who is not shy about saying he wants to be in the Hall of Fame one day.
I get the feeling that Mookie is one of those guys that walks into a room of 500. And if he gets an idea that maybe one person doesn't believe that he can get a hit or he's not the best shortstop, he wants to prove that person wrong.
Excellent point. Freddie Freeman at the plate. 1 out, nobody on in the 4th. The Dodgers down a run. First pitch from Kolik. Stays outside. Freddie grounded out to third. It was a nice play by Manny Machado. The infield is shifted over to the right. Machado, the third baseman, is really playing at shortstop right now, just as he was in the first inning for Freddie.
We were just
ball 2 up and away.
With Betts, it kind of lends argument too. He likes to be challenged.
And coming from right field to play shortstop,
that's a pretty good challenge.
That's a good challenge. And he has been up to the task in the field. Freddie swings over the top of Kolik's offering that was down and in off the corner. 2-1. Two balls and a strike to pitch. And Freddie with a rope to right. A base hit for Freeman.
He'll like that swing when he looks at it.
Let's see. Let's try and read some lips on the telecast and see if Freddie is going to tell Chris Woodward how good that swing was. Tying runoff for the Dodgers, 1 out in the 4th inning. Message from California Public Health. Teens, you can feel better when you balance your stress, and you can do so with tips and tools that are made for teens by teens. TakeSpaceToPause.org is where you need to go. Teoscar Hernandez to the plate. Kolik deals out of the stretch, and it's well outside. Ball 1. Teoscar 0 for 1, grounded out to short, leading off the 2nd inning. Back up in the 4th, a chance to do some damage. 13 home runs, 50 runs batted in for Hernandez so far. The pitch is swung on, and Hernandez a little tardy on that fastball down the middle. Fouled it away on the right side, 1-1. We brought it up earlier. The telecast is showing it now. The hard hit rate against Kolek, the third worst in the National League. On the ground to short. This should be 2. Underhand flip from Bogaerts to Cronenworth. Cronenworth turns to Arraez, and that is the end of the 4th inning. A 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Teoscar Hernandez. He's frustrated down the line. The Dodgers can't get anything going.
To be in the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
The 2025 Major League debut is complete. 4 full innings. He is charged with 1 run on 3 hits. No walks, struck out 6, 65 pitches, 43 strikes. Here now, Justin Robleski. Mo, wrap it up.
Well, I thought it's with open arms, welcome back. And the one pitch, hanging breaking ball. I mean, it's been so long since he was in that pitch. He was in command of the strike zone, which is really refreshing to see. Someone with a long layoff. And the fact that he struck out 6 in 4 innings.
First pitch from Robleski. Ball 1 upstairs on Trenton Brooks. A fastball at 96. 7-8-9 for San Diego in the top of the 5th. They lead 1-0. Lefty sets, kicks and deals, and gets a chopper foul on the first base side. For Sheehan, had to fight through the butterflies, the emotions, the jitters. He'll explain post-game how exactly he was feeling, but just trying to get comfortable again on this mound here at Dodger Stadium under the lights against the Padres. Hung a changeup leading off to Cronenworth in the 2nd. Brooks swings and fouls strike 2 back over the net. And he nearly wiggled out of it. Got 2 outs, and then Elias Diaz just hit a rocket over his head. And Tommy Edman had a chance to make a play. It was a line drive, short hop at second base, and Edman unfortunately could not. So
and that was on a hanging curveball and 0-2 count.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Justin Robleski dials up 99 at the top of the zone. So that's already 7 strikeouts for the Dodgers staff. 1 out in the 5th.
The Dodger bullpen has been remarkable. As many innings that they've had to cover with all of the injuries to the starting pitchers. And again, Emmett Sheehan tonight was the 16th different starting pitcher the Dodgers have had to use.
Now Diaz, the catcher. First pitch, breaking ball off the plate comfortably, but strike 1 called for Robleski. Diaz 1 for 1 with that aforementioned RBI single. He's batting .220 on the year. The 0-1 from Robleski. Wave and a miss, strike two. They're staying outside on the right-handed hitting Diaz. We last saw Wroblewski last Friday against San Francisco, 4 1/3 innings. Gave up just 1 earned run, struck out 5. That 1 run was a homer. The 0-2 pitch to Diaz. And Diaz pushes one in the air to right field. Teoscar Hernandez runs over toward the line and makes the catch. Out number 2. Not a bad pass from Diaz.
Number 29, Bryce Johnson.
But still the base is empty for Wroblewski. 2 outs in the 5th. Bryce Johnson. Just his 2nd game at the major league level this year. He played last night. First pitch from Wroblewski is a hair low. Missed with the fastball, but not by much. Ball 1. The pitch. Ground ball between the legs of Wroblewski, right at a waiting Edmonds, straight up with the bag at second. He's going to his right, rears back, and throws to Freddie Freeman to complete a 1-2-3 5th inning for Justin Wroblewski. That's 10 Padres retired in a row by the Dodgers staff.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Padres here in Game 3. The Dodgers looking for a 5th straight win overall. If that happens, they would lock up this particular series. The finale, of course, being tomorrow. Lovely sunset here at Blue Heaven on Earth as Muncy digs into the left-handed batter's box. Max 0 for 1. He lined out to left field. His first trip to the plate. Takes the first pitch from Kolek. It's a fastball at the top of the zone, strike 1. The Dodgers with just 2 hits the first 4 innings against Stephen Kolek. Once he pulls one foul over the head of Chris Woodward, the first base coach, it's 0-2.
Hey, friends, tomorrow get to Dodger Stadium early. Final game of the series against the Padres. Arrive early. There's a special Juneteenth celebrity softball game hosted by Mookie Betts. So purchase a special ticket pack, exclusive Black Heritage jersey as well. So come out, join us, get here early. Dodgers.com/promotions.
The 0-2 pitch. Tails outside, away from Muncy.
I wonder how many ringers will be appearing in that softball game before.
Did they rope you into it?
No. And I said ringer. Not.
The 1-2 is a little bit high. Diaz tried to steal a strike 3 call, could not once he laid off the high fastball.
Plus, my motto now is pain is optional, no longer mandatory.
2-2 pitch. Muncy In the air right field, going back toward the track. Tatis, a leaping attempt, and it goes off his glove. Ricochets toward the wall. Muncy around second. Tatis with some trouble, so Max Muncy stands up at third with a leadoff triple. It looked like Tatis might have overrun it by a hair in right, as that was hooking toward the bullpen of San Diego. In any event, Tatis couldn't come up with a catch. Max Muncy came up with a triple.
Yeah, and Muncy stayed right on a breaking ball. Tatis came over. Not certain the angle was the right angle. He tried to cut across instead of going a little deeper, and it cost him. And for Muncy, well, tying run just 90 feet away.
Andy Pages to the plate. Pages is 5 for his last 5 with 3 extra base hits. No better Dodger to have right now. First pitch from Kolek. It's in the air, right center field. Sinking fast. Johnson makes the catch. He's running in. Muncy tagging from third. The throw is late and up the line. Andy Pages gets it done. Get him to Atlanta for the All-Star game. Game-tying sacrifice fly. We're tied at 1 in the 5th.
Well, he didn't waste any time. He got also a very good pitch to hit. I mentioned even in San Diego, and I mentioned the other night too, Dodgers are going to challenge the arms of the Padres outfielders. And that throw in from Johnson missed home plate by 30 feet. The throw last night from right field with Tatis missed home plate by 30 feet.
Base is empty, 1 out. Tommy Edman steps in, a new ball game, tied at 1. First pitch from Kolek. Flutters outside by a couple of feet, ball 1.
I've been saying most of the game, the Dodgers have been swinging the bats, hitting the ball hard, and they've done it back-to-back hitters in this inning.
1-0 pitch. Edman swings and fouls a strike into the top of the net behind home plate. So finally, they're able to generate something. Muncy's second triple of the year, and then a Pages sacrifice fly. That gives him 50 RBI. Kolek deals and just misses the bottom of the zone. Good take from Edman. Jump ahead 2-1. Kolek about to throw his 60th pitch. Some stirring in the right field bullpen for San Diego. And Edman swings through strike 2. Edman up. Ha-Seong Kim on deck. The Dodgers just tied it at 1 in the 5th. After taking time, Kolek and Edman are ready to dance. This 2-2 pitch to the Dodgers second baseman is on the way. And that is a base hit to center field.
I'm telling you, the Dodger hitters have gone up with a plan beginning the second inning with 1 out. They've hit the ball sharply. Actually, Freeman lined out sharply to end the first inning. So there have been a lot of baseballs hit hard.
The first 3 batters of the 5th, all productive for the Dodgers. Triple, sacrifice fly, base hit. Now Ha-Seong Kim. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd. Kolek kicks and fires. Kim pulls the trigger and chops it foul toward the Padres on deck circle. 0-1. Andy Pages pulls into a tie for the team lead and runs batted in. Thanks to his sac fly, he's at 50. It's level with his big brother and his mentor Teoscar Hernandez. 1-on-1 out in the 5th. Game tied at 1. Here's the pitch. Outside, Kim takes ball 1. You can see the outline of the San Gabriels in the distance. Dodgers and Padres under the lights. And that is lined down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Rolling toward the corner. Extra bases for Ha-Seong Kim. And it bounced out of play A fan is celebrating the souvenir. Some tough luck, though, for the Dodgers, Mo. That had a triple written all over it.
Had at least a triple written on it. So now second and third. And for Kim, he turned really on not a bad pitch. It was right in on his hands.
It was a hooking line drive, and it bounced just over that corner, right next to the end of the netting, down that right field side. Edman would have scored easily, and Kim would have reached third, no problem. Instead, Edman has to stop at third, and Kim has to hold up at second. Ball went out of sight from the booth, and it looked like it was going toward the corner, and then you saw a fan jumping around holding the ball. So a ground rule or automatic double for Ha-Seong Kim. Puts two in scoring position for Dalton Rushing. Padres having a mound visit. It's brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. Everyone deserves justice. Wouldn't this be a good spot for Rushing to snap out of the slump? He is 2 for 18 so far in the month of June.
And the other part, too, is we'll give a check to the infield. They are going to play tightly with exception over at first. Arraez, first baseman, appears to be, well, maybe about 3 or 4 steps behind the bag. No surprise he's guarding the line as much as he is.
Infield in, second and third, one out in the fifth. Padres and Dodgers tied at 1. The pitch to Rushing. He takes the first one. It stays away from him. Ball 1.
I doubt if the runners are going on contact in a ground ball. Here's why. Machado's only about 8 feet off the third base line, so it's a very short lead at third by Edman.
Shohei Ohtani on deck. This is a big battle for Kolek. The 1-0. Rushing swings and misses. Got a piece of it, it appears. Just dropped down toward the catcher Diaz. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lefty warming up in the Padre bullpen, Yuki Matsui. On a 1-1 pitch, Rushing takes again. Kolek misses again. Outside, ball 2. Dodgers with 1 already in the 5th to tie the game. Now looking to take the lead. Second and third, 1 out. 2 balls and a strike for the rookie catcher Rushing. The right-hander Kolek deals. Rushing takes upstairs, ball 3. Dalton Rushing likes to command the strike zone. He hasn't done it enough at the major league level yet. Ahead 3-1. The pitch. Swung on, ripped to right field. It will get down. Edman scores. Green light for Ha-Seong Kim. A go-ahead 2-run base hit for Dalton Rushing. He breaks through.
Well, the youngster got a good pitch. The count was in his favor, and he selected a good pitch and put a good swing on it. Again, I go back. To me, it was only a matter of time. The Dodgers broke it open because they kept hitting the ball hard. They had a double play, hit balls at people. So for Dalton, a big swing.
Exhale, young man, exhale. Give yourself some grace. So hard on himself. He's on first, still only 1 out. 3-1 Dodgers. Here's Shohei Ohtani. The pitch from Kolek. Lands on the outside corner for a strike. The bottom of the order, sparking the Dodger offense here in the bottom of the 5th. Ohtani is 0 for 2. 2 really deep flyouts to center field. Kolek comes home. Ohtani takes low. 1-1. In the first, he flew out to left center, died on the warning track. Went 363 feet. In the third inning, 391, just right of dead center. Kolek's 1-1 pitch. Ohtani takes a fastball at the knees, split the play. That's strike 2. Dodgers 3, Padres run. Rushing on first, 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Ohtani. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball back into the net. It was a high fastball. A little north of the zone, but close enough for Ohtani to swing. He stays alive for at least 1 more. Golick now at 73 pitches, 23 so far in the fifth. Another 1-2. Ohtani on the ground to third. Machado flips to Bogarts for one, and there is the turn for two. A 5-6-3 double play because of the shift ends the fifth inning, but the Dodgers bottom half of the order puts up a crooked number and flips the scoreboard. 3-1 LA. We're going to the sixth.
This is AM 570 LA Sports.
Hey, Dad.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the midnight navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Once again, the top of the order for San Diego. Fernando Tatis Jr. will face the lefty Justin Robleski. Tatis is 0 for 2 in this ballgame. Robleski's first pitch is on the outer third. Strike one taken and called. Robleski piggybacking off Emmett Sheehan's first major league start in a year and a half. Ball one to Tatis, and now an even count. Swinging a foul ball, 1-2. One ball and two strikes, the count on Tatis. Robleski deals. It's a chopper to Tommy Edman, nearly straight up of the bag. He has to wait for the high hop and beats Tatis, who can absolutely fly down the line. Out number one in the sixth.
Well, it's an uncomfortable feeling for an infielder because you see that high hop and you know you got a guy that's going down that line, and he could get down that line in a hurry when he decides to run. But you can't rush that play. You have to let the ball come down to you.
Keeps the bases clear. Now Luis Arraez, left on left for Robleski. The first baseman swings at the first one and slices it down the left field line, falling behind 0-1. Dodgers 3, Padres 1. Now, the first two games of the series, Mo, it was a pair of 5-run innings that helped them take the lead. Here tonight, a 3-run inning. Robleski misses his own. The count levels out 1-1.
Well, the highest batting average of any team collectively in baseball. Highest number of runs, the most home runs. A pretty offensive-minded ball club.
Another one slash foul on the left side by Arraez into the Loge level above third base. 1-2. I have to say, I love the assertiveness and the conviction we have seen from Justin Robleski his last 3 turns.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and especially some of the roles that he's had to serve and when he's come into ball games.
Now a 1-2 pitch. Arraez is jammed. A little flare to short. Mookie Betts 3 feet onto the grass. Makes the catch for round number 2. And you bring up a great point, Mo. The different roles that young Dodger pitchers have been thrust into out of necessity.
Absolutely.
Ben Kasparius, Jack Dreyer, Justin Robleski. More seasoned than Kasparius and Dreyer. They're still rookies, but
they've grown up in a hurry.
Now Manny Machado, 2 outs, nobody on. He swings through the first pitch from Robleski, strike one.
But one thing that we've been talking about with the bullpen is not sustainable to continue the high number of innings that they've had to cover. And we can't project it to the last or the entire season. Of course, on the cusp of maybe getting some starting pitchers back.
Breaking ball down and in, even count for Machado.
But you got to be realistic too when they come back. there's going to be a period of time that they're going to have to build up, which means the bullpen's still going to have some big responsibility.
The pitch from Robleski, 96 at the bottom of the zone, just caught the edge, jumps ahead of Machado 1-2. And the other thing with that, yes, they're working their way back healthy. That doesn't guarantee, one, they'll stay healthy, or two, be productive. 1-2 pitch. Machado is not going to swing at that. That was way outside, slipped out of the hands of Robleski. It was in the left-handed batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away by Machado. There was a pitch again away from him at 99 from Robo. Remains 2-2. Dodgers leading San Diego 3-1 in the top of the 6th. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. And Robleski hops off the mound. Nearly put one by Machado. But the all-star third baseman stays alive. Another 2-2. Machado swats it high in the air, shallow center field. Kim went back, now runs in. Just right of center. Camps out for the third out. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Justin Robleski, who's retired the first 6 Padres he's faced out of the bullpen. It's a shutdown 6th.
You always have your sights set on the future, Aquarius, paying attention to the analytics that will help you against your upcoming opponents. But looking back to your days in the minor leagues could help you recall an approach that you've long forgotten about. Resurrecting an old batting stance may result in a few more extra base hits.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
So this is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lawrence Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lawrence Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
The top of the order against Stephen Kolek, but it was the bottom half that punched through in the 5th. Max Muncy led off the inning with his triple. Andy Pott has brought him home with a sac fly. Then Edmonds singled. Kim with a ground rule double for rushing, plated a Ks to end it. 6 of the last 9 Padres retired via the strikeout. And Justin Robleski's come in, and he has kept it going. He misses outside to Cronenworth, ball 1. Base is empty, 1 out in the 7th. 3-1 LA. There's a strike from Robleski. Right at the top of the zone, split the plate. It was Cronenworth who scored on the RBI hit from Diaz after Cronenworth led off the second with a double. Came back to the plate in the 4th, and he struck out. 1-1 from Robleski. Taken at the knee, strike 2. Fastball at 96. Cronenworth steps out, adjusts the left batting glove. Robleski took a brief tour of the right side of the mound. Now on the right side of the rubber. Kicks and deals. A 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Everybody knew it. I mean, Dalton Rushing popped out of the crouch so fast, and Cronenworth was already headed back to the dugout before the home plate umpire could signal strike 3.
15 consecutive batters retired.
Second strikeout for Robleski. And now the second out of the 7th. Xander Bogaerts steps in. First pitch breaking ball hooks toward the back foot of the right-handed hitting Bogaerts, ball 1.
You know, the other thing about this ballgame, there has not been one walk issued by either team.
The pitch right down the pipe, strike 1. Fastball at 95 from Robleski. Bogaerts is 0 for 2. He struck out the final K of Sheehan's night, ending the 4th. Swing and a miss for Robleski. A foul ball, and that hurts Dalton Rushing. He is doubled over behind home plate. I think you can imagine where it got him. We haven't seen the look yet. Rushing now off of the dirt and in his crouch still. Yosuke Possum Nakajima and Dave Roberts out there to talk to him / give him a breather.
Dalton Rushing, now he'd like to just be able to breathe.
He's as red as the Rawlings logo on his chest protector. And he tells both Possum and Doc that he is good. Yeah. Dalton Rushing put the Dodgers ahead. A 2-run base hit, part of the 3-run 5th inning. He brought in 2, and then he just hit 2. Breaking ball low, 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Bogaerts. I don't know why I laugh. That's a terrible thing to laugh at. 2 outs, bases empty. 3-1 Dodgers in the top of the 7th. On a 2-2 pitch, Bogaerts pulls it on the ground to short. Mookie Betts on the backhand, throwing, falling away. Picked by Freddie Freeman. Dazzling on both ends. A ground ball in the 6th hole. And Mookie Betts ranging to his right. Threw it falling away to his right. And then Freddie Freeman dug it out with the pick. Another 1-2-3 frame for Justin Robleski. 3-1 Dodgers.
The DOMO coverage cam as we welcome it back here to Dodger Stadium. Max Muncy will lead off this inning. Had a triple to start the Dodgers' 3-run fifth. Yeah, and Kolek stays in there, misses outside with his first pitch to Muncy. Looked like Kolek was on thin ice a couple innings ago. They had the bullpen going, but he's able to power through. Padres bullpen just as eager as the Dodger pen to get some length out of the starters. Ouch.
Was that knee? I think that was knee. Oh, no. That's not ideal. Oh, boy. I mean, there's nothing there besides bone. There's no muscle. There's no. You're going to stay in, huh? You know where this pitch is coming.
Every time. High and away, ball 2. Wandy Peralta has been slowly getting ready. We're at the bottom of the 7th inning. The Dodgers have a 3-1 lead. Muncy leading things off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lineup length. Bottom 5 of the order. Driving in all 3. Scoring all 3. 3-2 on Muncy. Here's the payoff. He just got that off, by the way.
He did, right?
Another 3-2. Leadoff walk for Muncy. And here's Arraez. 4 for 4 yesterday. Double and a sacrifice fly today. So 5 of his last 5. 2 home runs and 4 batted in. Inching up towards 300. Oh, baby. Now 91.
So, look, I'm not going to try and defend. They're trying to go inside. You just saw the pitch to Muncy was in that same spot. Now that's a little bit much here. I don't think I can defend that. I just don't think you're trying to hit him in that situation. Not at this stage of the game right now. I think he was just running out of gas, but it doesn't matter if you're trying to hit him or not trying to hit him. That ball is up there. I mean, that ball is up there. You know, there's that old adage, if you can't control it up there, then you can't throw in there. And if you do throw in there and you can't control it, then there are ramifications.
Man, especially this doesn't live in a vacuum. This lives in the context of what's happened the last couple nights. I think pretty clearly not intentional.
No, not intentional. Right.
Cooler heads prevailing, at least to this point. And if you happen to just tune in, you go back to Monday night. Pajes didn't like that. And then last night it was a little back and forth. First Tatis, then Ohtani. Warnings were issued. There was another hit by pitch later in the game that the umpires deemed not intentional, and so it didn't come with an ejection. This did. Dave Roberts arguing the challenges. They said, you can't come out here, and he did. So they said, you're gone. First and second, nobody out. Tommy Edman takes the ball. Edman singled and scored as part of the 3-run fifth. On the 1-0 from Kolek, takes a strike. Now, prior to this series, Pages hadn't been hit in 2 months. Won a couple. And the 3 games against the Padres.
Look, the reality is this guy, his hot zone and where he slugs.
Poke to left field, Sheets.
You get back to Paz, where he slugs, where his danger spot is, if you're trying to attack him, is low, is away. And he looks out over the plate. I mean, you have to throw him in. And the thing about it, you're going to throw him in and you're not going to care. You're not trying to hit him, but you're not going to care if you hit him.
And the more he keeps hitting the ball way he's hitting it,
yeah, you're going to get
the more you're going to get hit.
100%.
All right, that's going to do it for Kolek. Dodgers threatening in the 7th. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, celebrating 20 years of good times. Well, as Kolek walked off, he walked right past Andy Pages, and a little glance as if to say, hey, hope you know that wasn't on purpose. And Andy, I know.
And that's the right thing. Again, you still don't like getting hit right in the back, and you still, you don't like those things, but great response by both of those guys.
Wandy Peralta's on to face Kike Hernandez. Pinch hitting for Ha-Seong Kim. Scoreless inning on Monday night. Dodgers got a run against him in San Diego last week. A couple runs against him in San Diego. Took the loss in the extra innings game. On an 0-1, that's high, and it's 1-1. So many Kike fans on this jersey giveaway night. There are a lot of people excited to pull a number 8 out of the box. He's got Muncy at second, Pages at first. And then a 1-1 from Peralta. Takes an inside corner strike. Stays alive.
Kike in a stretch right now, as you saw by that graphic, just not getting anything to fall. The last 11 at-bats against left-handed pitching, hasn't had any success. He's had some good swings. Just hasn't been able to get in any type of groove.
And that's the tricky thing, because most of his playing time is coming against left-handed pitching. And he's at just 179 against lefties. For a lot of the last few years, there have been times where he feels better against righties. Pokes one the other way. Tatis on the run to make the catch. Two on, two out. Dalton rushing. The go-ahead hit in this game. A 2-run single in the 5th.
I mean, we see him hitting this single, but what led up to him having that success was working the count, staying off pitches, getting to a 3-1 situation, and then executing.
Takes a strike from Peralta. Two for 8 against lefties. On this 1-1, rushing, pulls his hands in, ball 2. Top of the order is waiting, but it's been this part of the order that's gotten it done tonight. That's where the majority of the swing and miss from rushing has come on those pitches down, and you can tell how frustrated he is because that's specifically what he's trying to work on, laying off those pitches.
That's one of those things as a hitter, you're saying, okay, don't swing at that pitch, don't swing, but you say don't swing, what happens? Swing!
Deuce is wild in the 7th. The 2-2 is tapped foul. And a bunch of friendly fire in this inning. Been a tough inning on Dalton. Top and the bottom.
Man.
Wrobleski just wants more. Three and 2. And the runners will get a head start. Peralta's payoff, rushing, rounds it off himself again. Look like a replay. Jeez. Replay of the replay. Yeah, because that was a replay. Here's another 3-2 from Wandy Peralta. Rushing takes ball 4 to load him up for Ohtani.
It's another excellent at-bat by the young man. Fouled off a few pitches and then the discipline to lay off a 3-2 pitch. Because in your mind, you're thinking this guy's going to have to throw a strike. Shohei's up next. I'm swinging, but patient enough to get this man to the plate.
You get the crowd to its feet. Ohtani trying to break it open. Ball 1 from Peralta. The 1-0. 1-1. It's only his 4th at-bat of the year with the bases loaded. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt. Padres broke on first for the 3rd time in as many games this week with a run in the 2nd. Dodgers got all 3 of their runs in the 5th. One big inning, the story in each game. On a 2-1, Ohtani taps it foul, and the count evens 2-2. Muncy walked, Pages was hit, Rushing walked. Padres have gone to the bullpen here in the 7th. 2-2 on Shohei Ohtani. 3-2 with nowhere to put him. Got him. Dodgers leave him loaded in the 7th.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those two socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My 2 red socks, because, you know, there's 2 here.
Tomorrow, arrive early for a special celebrity softball game hosted by Mookie Betts. Purchase a special ticket pack for an exclusive Black Heritage jersey. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Got Lil Wayne coming to that thing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You gonna be here for that?
It's my daughter's birthday, but she understood. Iglesias pinch hitting for Trenton Brooks, leading off this 8th inning. Padres looking for their first base runner since they got their first and only run back in the 2nd. Justin Robleski has retired all 9 that he's faced and has looked like a man on a mission. Really has for a while now. Last few outings. Here's the 1-1. Strike 2. Teoscar Hernandez, after pinch hitting for Kim, stays in the game and plays left field. Pages goes over to center. Dodgers 3, Padres 1, looking for a 5th straight win here. Hadn't won 4 in a row since beginning of May prior to last night. Two and two. You know, part of the thing with Justin Robleski that's been so different this year is so much less predictable. He was 60% fastball last year. 6 pitches this year, none of them even 30% of the time.
Yeah, so much more difficult if you're a hitter. You just can't sit on a few pitches. You got to respect the whole entire arsenal. And again, you know, that tick up in velo has helped make those other pitches better as well. got to make a quicker decision up at the plate. Again, you've got to protect, as you mentioned, you've got to protect against more pitches.
8th pitch to Iglesias. Pinch hitting to open the 8th, and he punches a bouncing ball to Tommy Edman. Stabs it at second, one away in the 8th. We're now Elias Diaz. Now, you knew you had Sheehan for probably about 4 innings. You knew you had Robleski to follow him. You hoped that he'd get some bulk out of him. Outside of that, pretty much looking at Kirby Yates and Alex Vesia as true relievers down there. And with what Sheehan and Robleski have done to this point, they've gotten them to a pretty comfortable spot on a night where it didn't have to be comfy. Or better put, on a night where it was going to be hard to make it comfy.
You comfy?
I'm good. You?
I'm good now. 3-1. You know, it does feel, though, that this should be a 7-1 game, because I feel like we've had some opportunities and we just haven't been able to separate. You know, we're still in a situation right now where it's, you know, a walk brings a tying run to the plate. I don't really want to see that guy up with anybody on.
2-2 on Diaz. Tatis 2 hitters away. And they will have to face the top of the order again. Prefer to do that with a clean slate in the 9th.
What do you think? As well as Robo is throwing, do you give him the 9th?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Right?
Yeah. That would be old school,
right?
The modern way of looking at it, to put it simply, is you get ahead of the breakdown. Right, you make the move you anticipate it happening, even if that's why a lot of times you see a guy remove it and it's like, what in the world, he's cruising until he's not.
Right.
2-2, 2 out. Buries that one to get Diaz.
You know, we've seen a number of strikeouts end up on swings on pitches out of the zone. Again, that tells you all you need to know if you're watching Robleski, the type of stuff that he has, what Sheehan had earlier in the game.
That's the 3rd strikeout for Robleski. Over 3 2/3 perfect innings tonight, as good as he's looked. And I know he's looked better his last couple, but this is a different level. The execution and the moxie. That is a fair ball. And the first base runner for the Padres since the 2nd inning. Bryce Johnson with a double. And they do get Tatis to the plate as the tying run in the 8th. Sneaks it inside the bag for a 2-out, 2-bagger.
That's what's so crazy about this game is he's been cruising. He's looked dominant. The Dodgers have looked real good. He hit a ground ball that just sneaks inside the line. And now you've got the tying run come to the plate.
The mood changes quickly as Tatis comes up. 5 games on this road trip. He's got an on-base percentage north of .600, but he's 0 for 3 tonight. In the ballpark where his father once hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's hit 12 home runs.
Can I throw in off the same pitcher?
Yeah.
I mean,
1-0. Significant reverse splits. Ball and a strike.
Nice job by Rushing, selling that pitch.
Robleski to Tatis. Bouncing ball to second, and Tommy Edman on to the bottom of the 8th with 4 scoreless from Robleski.
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And in the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward, and that's really why I started to have impact.
Stay tuned. Access Sportsnet Dodgers follows us, presented by Mercury Insurance. David Morgan has pitched now in 2 of the 3 games in this series, and in 4 of the 6 games between the teams this year.
Okay, you mentioned in the other night. Again, the Padres looking for length tonight. This is their 3rd pitcher.
2, 3, and 4 coming up. Ball on Betts. Now for the Padres in the top of the 9th inning, Arraez, Machado, and Sheets. Alex Vesia has been walking around, but as if he's waiting on a call. 2-0. Sitting by the phone waiting for the girl to call. It's like, is she going to ring me? No, she's out with Robo.
I'm not sure I've ever heard that analogy before.
I don't know. It's pretty terrible. Here's 3-0 to Betts, and he's got a leadoff walk. And he extends the on-base streak to 13 games.
Again, this game doesn't feel as close as it is with the score. Love to see the Dodgers tack on a few right here.
Yeah, especially when the point you made earlier, they've had chances to. That always makes it feel a little fishier.
Right.
Left the bases loaded last inning. Freddie's 1 for 3. And you made the point that single is well struck. Even Freddie, who finds a way to poke holes in everything he does, had to have liked it.
Love to see one of those patented left center doubles.
And an 0-2 hole. David Morgan gets ready and pitches. Vesia still has not started to warm. And I mean, you're one swing away from there being 2 outs in this inning. I think Robleski's coming out.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen any indication. The only thing we haven't seen Robo, he'd been pacing up and down in that dugout every inning. And Haven't seen him this inning.
Bouncing ball to second. Cronenworth to second for one, over to first late. Oh, I saw Mookie Betts extend his on-base streak to 13 games. Now Teoscar Hernandez with one more opportunity to get his to 8 games. Get off me, ball. Well, if Wrobleski paces around like that when he's out in public in the dugout, I wonder what he's doing down behind closed doors right now to get ready for a 5th inning of work. He's back.
He's probably on the treadmill.
Yeah, doing some intervals. Oregon's 0-1. Dodgers haven't had a reliever go 5 scoreless innings in 4 years. Wow. Mitch White, 7 1/3 scoreless innings, August of 2021.
I mean, that's crazy. It's hard to believe because of the use of the Dodger bullpen.
2 out. Mitch is in the KBO, by the way. Here's Muncy.
Third base, number 13, Max Muncy.
Walking a triple today. It was his triple that started the little 3-run burst from the bottom of the order in the 5th. And that is accounted for the Dodgers offense in this game. It's all they've needed with the way that Sheehan and Wrobleski have pitched. David Morgan's 1-0 is a little bit outside. Ball 2. And it's Arraez, Machado, and Sheets coming up. Those guys have only seen Wrobleski 1 time in this game.
But how about that? I mean, that's not the bottom of the order. That is the heart of what the Padres have to offer right now.
That's a 3-time defending batting champ. It's a perennial MVP candidate, and it's the hottest hitter in the Padres lineup.
Right.
Freeman, the runner at first, as the 3-0 comes home to Max Muncy. It's upstairs for ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Second of the night for Muncy.
And of course, this man's coming to the plate, right? I mean, this really is, as far as excitement, drama. I mean, the last 2 nights, last night, tonight, I mean, there's been some good moments.
But really, when you consider the 3 games down at Petco, this has been everything that you would hope that a heated series would be. And again, semantics, whether you want to call it a rivalry or not. Some say that rivalries require deeper history than this has, but if defined as hot and intense and recent history defining it, it's as good of a rivalry as there is in baseball right now.
Yeah, I think the rivalry part, as you mentioned, it emanates first from the fans. I mean, that kind of creates it, and then that kind of dissipates onto the field and into the dugouts. And you know, when you're talking about 7 meetings in a little over a week and a half, you hit it right on the head. This is the best in baseball right now.
Now Pages, after the 4-for-4 day yesterday, double, sac fly, hit by pitch today. 2 on, 2 out in the 8th, and a strike down Broadway. Pretty good series for Andy. The 0-1 from Morgan. Tied him up.
You see both location catchers setting up inside. I mean, they're not shying away. And you think sometimes, oh, well, we don't want to hit him again. We don't want to maybe going away. Padres are having none of it. They're going in, and they're going to go further in.
Now an 0-2.
He just missed his spot. I mean, they're trying to go in off the plate. Get Andy to be aggressive and go after it.
Freeman at second, Muncy at first, another 0-2 pitch. Rip foul. How do you not, when you know that there's a little bit of a target on you and that you've gotten hit a couple times, how do you not have that in your head here?
Because you know it wasn't on purpose, and you do know that it wasn't on purpose. And they're coming in. They're not trying. They don't want to hit you. And you're hoping they're able to execute as far as keeping something out over the plate. See, that's what's good. That's what's, I don't want to say, it's markedly different with what we saw at the beginning of the year from Andy. I mean, he anticipates that. He's not just wildly swinging. He recognizes what they're trying to do to him. I mean, he's got a plan every time he's up at the plate right now.
Yeah, he's aggressive as heck, but it's selectively aggressive. On a 1-2 from Morgan. Stays alive.
And you watch Diaz there. He gives that target inside because of the runner at second base. Relaying location. You see that, and it's like, we're going low and away.
Another 1-2 from Morgan. Pages fouls it again.
How about that? So it's funny just watching Diaz behind the plate. He's patting the ground like he wants something down in the zone. It's probably going to be a breaking ball. And boom, fastball that's, waist high or even above. Watch this. Get it down, get it down, get it down, get it down. Like, I'm going to get it down. No. Let's get it.
On the 8th pitch, Pages takes a perfect pitch, 98 with teeth, coming back to that outside corner to finish off the inning. So the Dodgers have stranded 5 the last 2. Justin Robleski goes out there trying to finish off a whale of a night.
What is it that kind of got you hooked
as a foodie, so to speak.
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Check out the full lineup of stylish, powerful trucks and SUVs. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Here we go to the 9th inning. Justin Robleski going old school here. Dave Roberts is deciding to send him out there. 2, 3, and 4 for the Padres. A ball on Luis Arraez. 4 scoreless relief innings, just 1 base runner against him. More than 70% of those 56 pitches he's thrown have been strikes. There's one of them there to even the count 1-1 on Arraez.
Padres tonight are 0 for 7 on that fastball sinker combo. We talked about it. That velo is just ticked up.
You saw when Robleski walked off after the last inning, Dave Roberts didn't even acknowledge him. Into center field, a leadoff base hit for Arraez. By saying nothing, Dave Roberts said everything. This 9th inning is yours. See how long he waits before he gets somebody up, though.
It's not a bad pitch. It's out of the zone. It's up, and Arraez, though, doing what he does best, just putting the bat on the ball.
Maybe the best bad ball hitter in baseball these days is on to open this 9th inning. And Machado is up as the tying run. Strike 1. A run over 4 innings from Emmett Sheehan and his return from Tommy John surgery. The idea was that Robleski would follow him and bridge it to the 2 high leverage guys they had available, in Vesia and Yates. Trying to do it himself, though. It is 0-1. It's in the dirt for a ball.
Nice job by Rush right there. Picking that thing clean and keeping Arraez at first base, keeping that double play in order.
The Padres hit into 3 of them last night. It was a season high turn by LA. The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2. On the ground to third for Muncy. Thrown by Edman, and everybody's safe. Low throw. Replay will tell us whether it should have been caught or not. But everybody's safe. The tying run is aboard. Should have been a better throw. Should have been caught, though.
Yeah, that's a catch. That's it. That should have been caught. I mean, not a great throw, and you'd love to have chest high, but Tommy just took his eye off of it a bit.
A tough night for Edman defensively. The lone run for the Padres came in a ball that was scorched, but it was scorched right at him, and it was a short hop, but play that he's made before. All right, so the Padres with their first real threat in a long time. First and second, nobody out. And Gavin Sheets, who's hitless tonight, but comes in hitting .390 over an 8-game hitting streak. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate. Bounced along first and foul. This is really the first time in Sheets' career that he's gotten extensive at-bats against left-handed pitching, and still trying to find his way.
I like this, though, because this is a situation where, again, regardless of the outcome, you've got two young guys, whether for Robleski, you've got rushing behind the plate, and this is experience. This is learning. This is something that's going to better both of these young men.
Strike two. Dave Roberts saying, show me something. Sending Robleski back out there for the 9th inning. Ahead of Sheets 0-2. Here he comes. Line drive, base hit left field. Hernandez up with it. They stop Arraez at third, and the bases are loaded.
Well, not the 0-2 pitch that you want to make. Just got way too much the plate. Kike does a great job of closing the gap and coming up throwing.
And still no action down in that bullpen.
No, and it makes sense, right? If you were going to use either one of them, or if you bring either one of them in at this point, you know, you should have started the inning. And this is Robo's to get out of.
Pinch runner at first. Lockridge pinch runs for Sheets as he represents the go-ahead run. The hitter's Cronenworth.
Again, Robo, he doesn't have to be perfect. You get a ground ball, you give an opportunity for this defense to turn two, give up a run, but you'll take the 2 outs.
Struck out Cronenworth when he faced him back in the 7th. Delivers an 0-1. This is high. Ball 2. So as far as the pitch count, that's no issue for Robleski, who is stretched out as a starter in Oklahoma City. He's thrown over 100 pitches in the major leagues this year. 2-1 pitch. Bounce foul, and it's 2-2. Single, error, single to load him up. 2-2. Fly to center field for Pages. Sizes it up, makes the catch. Throw goes to third to keep the tying run away. A run comes in, 3-2. Sacrifice fly for Jake Cronenworth. One gone in the 9th.
Nice job by Robo right there after falling behind 2-1. Able to come back, record it out, keep the double play in order. And Bogart's up at the plate.
Of course he is. Seems like every time the game is on the line, this guy finds himself at the plate. Strike one. 2 of his last 26 with runners in scoring position, and overall is averaged down to 224. Machado the tying run at second. Lockridge the go-ahead run at first. Line to left center field. That's going to get to the wall. Machado's in to score the tying run. Lockridge stopped at third on a double from Xander Bogaerts. Padres with 2 in the 9th against Robleski to get it back to square one.
Just 2 pitches that he'd love to have back. Just got way too much to the plate. That 0-2 pitch to Sheets, and then that one right there ahead of Bogaerts. And both of those pitches very similar, just fastballs center cut.
Guy they've been waiting and waiting for to deliver in a big moment does here. The infield comes in as Iglesias comes up. Padres looking for the lead now, and Iglesias to first. Freeman comes home. Lockridge is out. And the game is still tied.
Really a nice play by Freddie. Padres are going on contact. He's thinking there's no way that he's going to go as hard as that was hit. Doesn't have to shuffle his feet. He just makes a good, strong throw, rushing, making sure nobody's getting to that plate. Really an excellent throw by Freddie because he doesn't turn his shoulders. He throws basically flat-footed. Just rotates his hips a little bit and makes a good, strong throw. Watch him. He doesn't shuffle it. Look at it. He's open and just fires it home.
And when the infield is drawn in, the blocking the plate rule goes out the book. First and third for Diaz. Down to Muncy. To second he goes. It's another low throw, but Edman catches it. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Padres tied against Robleski. Bottom of the order coming up looking for the win. To hit as anybody in the National League, but last time he tossed 5 runs to blow a 4-run lead on Saturday night in Phoenix.
Yeah, just recorded 1 out in that outing. Again, really uncharacteristic. He's just been as good as any reliever in the game. Yet to give up a home run this year. Take a look at that line you were talking about, Joe. 25 pitches. Only 1 strikeout. 5 earnings.
Well, the Padres have tied it up. The Dodgers had those chances to extend the lead in the 7th and the 8th and couldn't. And now having to keep on playing as a result. Tommy Edman, Kike Hernandez, and Dalton Rushing due up against Suarez. And then Ohtani. Bottom of the order has been the best part of the order tonight, though. Edman has singled and scored. He also lined out. First one from Suarez. At the knees, strike 1.
Dodgers have 5 walk-off wins this year, which ties them with the 5th spot as far as Major League Baseball.
Little pop fly left side of the infield. Bogarts cruises over there to put Edman away. And instead of Kike Hernandez, it's Will Smith.
Pitching for the Dodgers, number 16, Will Smith.
330, second in the National League. And against San Diego this year at his best. 8 out of 16 with a couple home runs. High fly ball fading towards the seats. Out of play. Smith 3 for 6 as a pinch hitter this year. On an 0-1 from Suarez. Turns on it, down the line. Foul. This guy.
I mean, the craziness is the first pitch was an up and away fastball, and he goes super high to right field. This one's way in on the hands. Again, he pulls those arms in, hands close to the body, and just hits it foul down the left field line.
Sends one the other way this time, back towards the wall. It is gone! Will Smith ends the night. A pinch hit home run. How about this guy here, Will Smith?
I'm sorry if I said last night was the best at-bat of the year that I've seen. We go to right field, we go to left field, and then we're going deep to right center, sending everybody home happy.
The Prince. Crown him. Walk-off home run. Dodgers a 5th consecutive win.
Oppo Taco.
I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a
home run to the opposite field.
yeah.
You got it.
This is a good one. A hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack. You know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
I've got 2 life pro tips for you. 1, switch to Mercury Insurance because they're a company you can trust. 2, always be sure to take a photo of your parking space. It makes life so much easier.
Sends one the other way this time, back towards the wall. It is gone! Will Smith ends the night. A pinch hit home run.
Will Smith off the bench with more dramatics in what has already been a dramatic homestand. What great theater here at Dodger Stadium as the Dodgers have now won 5 in a row. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung alongside Nomar Garciaparra, Adrian Gonzalez, and it's the old saying, you don't have to be ready if you always stay ready. And Will Smith comes off the bench, didn't start this game, Nomar, pinch hitting against a really tough guy to go up against in Robert Suarez, but he gets a changeup, goes the other way, hits his 4th career walk-off home run to cap off another dramatic win.
And that was right after pulling a ball that we were wondering if it was going to be fair down the left field line. But I'll tell you what a tremendous win by the Dodgers. You know, obviously Will Smith coming in and ended up hitting that walk-off. But the story really about today was Emmett Sheehan, welcome back to the big leagues, was outstanding. Yes. And then Robleski coming in and doing an unbelievable job. So the pitching, the staff here, those 2 guys